My name is Emily. Thank you and welcome for visiting my channel today. What we've done this time is collaborated with a friend of ours who is also our tour guide in the Philippines. She's one of our longtime friends, and we've asked her to do an outreach for us to reach out to victims of the Typhoon Rolley around Lake Laguna in the Philippines, which took place in November of 2020. In addition to feeding the people, we try to find out what it is that they would like to do to put food on the table and a roof over their head. So part of the interview process is to ask them that question. You know the old saying, feed a man a fish and it will sustain him for the day, but teach a man to fish and it will feed him for life. This video outreach is one of 3 parts. The first part covers footage of their living condition and also interviews of the family members. The second video is the feeding, providing some food, and the third one is to show how they can be self-sufficient and be able to make a living. Training is involved, so we will be covering part of that. We will also be covering startup equipment and supplies. The Philippine Islands. It is considered one of the most beautiful places to go. It is a tropical country in Pacific Ocean, blessed with beautiful natural landscapes and active volcanoes and extreme weather patterns. With over 7,100 islands, there is an abundance of beautiful beaches and luscious tropical vegetation. The Philippines is a third world country and is also a developing country. The GDP per capita is low and the infant mortality rate is high. Many of its citizens lack access to health care and higher education. So it's not very hard to find a needy person. Just go down the street and you will find them. Or you can find them also on an isolated island. This is Lake Laguna. It's the biggest lake in the island of Luzon in the Philippines. This small community near the lake was affected terribly, which caused a lot of flooding. It devastated a lot of the houses and have affected people's livelihood. Today, 2 months later, the place is still flooded. But the people are surviving and making do with what they have. The families there were given lumber, bamboo, and nails to fix their houses and make pathway or walkway to get to their houses without stepping in the water. Water got inside their houses, and because of the constant rain, it did not dry up. So it was difficult to get rid of the water because it's constantly raining very heavily and continually flooding their houses. Meet Wilma, who is our longtime friend and tour guide. She's coordinating the efforts for this outreach. She really works hard. She's leading a group of people to make this project work.
Ano nga ulit name mo tayo? Forget ko. Yeah, she's Ate Marivic. She is the coordinator here in this area. Even her own house is also flooded.
Hindi naman problema dito kapag yung baha-baha, ganyan. Tapos, lumayo pa daw ang ano sa pagkakas.
Eto na sila, ma'am.
Anong pangalan mo? Mary Ann. Hi, Mary Ann. So, this is Mary Ann's house. She's living with her mother. And anong work mo? Anong work mo? Ah. Anong gusto mo? Anong mga gusto mong gawin? Pagaling para hindi ka magbabasura. Like, ano yung anong tinitinda mo? Mas gusto mong magtinda kaysa mamasura? Sige. So, what she do, she sells veggies and she would ano nga yung mga malakal din? Or look for anything from the garbage and anything that she can sell from the garbage. Thank you, Mary Ann. This is the roof of her house. So she was also affected during the Typhoon Rolley. So you can see the Laguna Lake over there. Ano TCR?
Hindi po.
Ano yan?
Ano po yan? Yung dating bahay kasi ginagawa po itong bahay. Diyan po kalagyan din yan. Kasi yung ginagawa yung bahay. Kaya tayo ng kubo-kubo.
So I thought that's a restroom, but it's not. It's actually a house.
Well, that is all for now. Stay tuned for the second part of the series of videos covering the situation with the victims of Typhoon Rolley in the Philippines.